right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And yeah, the tier 3 selector was given out today for the 5th year anniversary of Marvel Future Fight. And yeah, the controversy has begun. Let me know how you are personally feeling in the comment section. There's a couple other events that are going on right now. This one also started today. It's a new agent training center, which basically signifies what I've been saying about the direction of Marvel Future Fight in the past couple months. This game is gearing more and more towards new players, new money, and not so much about keeping the people who have been playing the game like 4 or 5 years. So this 5 year anniversary is not necessarily to celebrate people rocking with the game for 5 years. It's just to say, hey, we're 5 years strong. We need some new players to come in and fund us even further because the old players are getting pretty salty and we don't want to deal with their shenanigans. Also, I can't wait to see how the community spins this and say, oh, it's the content creators' fault we didn't get Black Widow as a part of the tier 3 selector. You know, they're probably going to say, oh, it's because we were telling them to do it that they didn't do it. Okay, because anytime anything bad happens or anytime anything negative happens to the game via changes, buffs, rewards, or whatever, they always seem to find a way to spin it and say, oh, it's the content creators' fault or it's the star agent's fault that we're not getting this. So yeah, the tier 3 selector was given out today. A couple people have been hitting me up asking to hear my thoughts on the characters they should choose from here. So I wanted to go through it briefly and just let you guys know which characters I would ideally pick if I could choose one of these characters. As you can see, I already have all these characters at tier 3. So if I were to pick up one of these characters, I will be getting a nice sum of 512 biometrics. Additionally, apparently they're going to send 300 cosmic cube fragments, 300. Okay, who's calling? Hey, go away. Anyways, back to the video. Anyways, yeah, apparently they're gonna send us 300 cosmic cube fragments, 300 chaos norm stones, and 300 black antimatter in a week. But at the end of the day, that's not even half of what it costs to tier 3 one of these characters. So that's an insult to the people who've been playing this game for quite a long time. So let's talk about the characters and let's not worry about the salt. But I will show you guys that I have Scarlet Witch ready for tier 3. So that's going to be coming sometime soon. I was just holding on to hope that they would give us Black Widow so I could save some mats. But hey, man, it is what it is. At this point, I realize what's going on with the game and where it's headed. So it is what it is. So a lot of people are choosing Cyclops, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Okay, my guy Scotty in this uniform is at beast. Like, let no one tell you anything, right? He's not the strongest character in the game, but he looks super fly. He has a good leadership on him, and he also has a good support passive. Plus, his damage is good. His survivability is great. He can heal, damage immunity, iframe, and his tier 3 skill actually hits really hard. So if you have him unlocked and you didn't push him all the way to tier 3, I would say pick him up, especially since he's a mutant. So you're saving yourself a whole lot of time. Mutants generally get paywalled in Marvel Future Fight, meaning they ask you to spend above average price or just make it take a lot longer for you to build up these characters because they know a lot of people love mutants. So that's the reason why 33% of the player base are choosing Cyclops, because that's going to save them either time or money or both. All right, so if you really like Scotty, go ahead and pick him up. However, the strongest character you can get from the tier 3 selector right now is Sharon Rogers, okay, in her Star Knight armor specifically. Additionally, if you're looking at all of these characters without a uniform, which if you didn't have a uniform for them before, you're not going to just get a uniform for them, right? You're going to have to buy that. She's going to still be the strongest one, no uniform, okay? She's going to be super safe and very, very powerful. A lot of her damage comes from her tier 3 skill, and her base kit has always been very safe with damage immunity and iframe. But if you pick her up from the tier 3 selector, go ahead and save yourself some time and headache and just pick up this uniform and just get it to mythic, because that's going to make your life a whole lot easier. This uniform is absolutely fantastic. Some people may not like how it looks. I love the Spartan vibe, and she actually gets busy. So definitely pick up this uniform if you have 1,000 crystals. And I believe from the new agent training center, they're giving you 1,000 crystals, right? Let me check. Or are they giving that to the vets as a gift? Let me check real quick before you guys. All right, so new agent training, share the code, send training record, earn special reward, da 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 da. Go down here. So participate in Dimension Mission 10 times, participate in World Boss, enhance ISO, okay. And then at the bottom here, it says gifts for new agent. Here's a gift for lending your knowledge and training to helping them finish off their training. So I'm assuming this is gonna go to both parties. So yeah, enter the code 3 players. Everybody gets Titan Component Pack. Everybody gets Mandalay Gems. Everybody gets Dimension Dust, and I'm assuming everybody's gonna get Cosmic Cube Fragments and Crystals. So this is actually really good. So shout out to them for that. They actually got something right. I believe both parties will be able to benefit from this. If not, they'll probably give something way better to new players, because this is more so geared towards people who've been playing the game for a good little bit, especially the whole Mandalay Gem thing. Right? I don't even want to go into that subject. But yeah, moving on. If you already have Sharon Rogers, the next best character would be Captain America, if you don't want to go for a super rare character that's going to save you some time in Cyclops, okay? But if you go for Captain America, unlike his daughter, right, in quotes, Sharon Rogers, he's not going to be good without his uniform, okay? You're going to, at the very least, need the team suit for Endgame or the Endgame uniform, whichever one tickles your fancy. Obviously, this one with Mjolnir is just like freaking amazing, right? So yeah, you're gonna need that minimal. Most people would tell you to get that and get this, because he becomes a super villain and a blast type, and I still think that's very valuable, because you go from having one tier 3 to now having 2 that can cover stuff in combat day for ABX if you want to push that, or Shadowland, and you get a blast type as well and a villain. So yeah, he has a lot of value in this uniform, even though some of it dropped because of the whole War Boss Ultimate Resistance thing, right? So yeah, I would say he's the second best character you can choose from here. If we're going based off rarity, it's definitely Cyclops for number 1 though. And if we're talking about like power level, I would say Captain Marvel is right after Captain America. So it would be Sharon Rogers, Captain America, then Captain Marvel. And again, you're gonna need a uniform. Every single one of the characters in this selector needs a uniform to perform well. It might actually be a smart business move on their part, where they say, okay, we're gonna give you a tier 3 character, but that tier 3 character doesn't really become viable for anything unless you shell out some crystals. The good part is the training center gives you pretty much all the crystals you need to buy a uniform essentially for free. Right, so you're gonna need this uniform for Captain Marvel because it makes her insanely powerful and gives her iframe ignore, but she is still very squishy, unlike these 2 characters right here, Captain America and Sharon Rogers. They're both super tanky with high DPS. She has high DPS, but she's very fragile and can die very easily. After that, it really comes down to, like, in terms of power level, not counting rarity for Cyclops, after Sharon Rogers, then Captain America and Captain Marvel, it really comes down to what you need more. Do you need a villain or do you need another hero? If you need a hero, Iron Man in this endgame uniform is a absolute monster. So I would say go for him. Or if you need another villain to balance out your roster, go for Cyclops. Cyclops offers the lead, the support, the villain tag, and he has a heal, damage immunity, and iframe. Right? Iron Man doesn't have a leadership or a support tag, but he does have high DPS, survivability via iframe and damage immunity, healing, defense down, and a really cool forward skill that will bring back a lot of memories for you in endgame. So yeah, so 4 and 5, these 2. Okay, after that, it just really falls off a cliff, and then I would say Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? The Winter Savage, kind of a disappointment. We're waiting on that uniform for his TV show whenever that comes out on Netflix. If they even do a uniform for his TV show, we'll have to wait and see. But he's the next best after those guys, okay? After that, it really comes down to what you want. I would say Thor. Thor might actually be a little bit more viable than Winter Soldier, just because since he's an elemental character, he can push higher stages in against Ebony Maw, but you have so many elemental characters. It really comes down to what you need. I would say, yeah, Thor might be a little bit more viable than this guy, just because Thor has iframes, damage immunity, yeah, invincibility. Yeah, okay. I would put Thor above Winter Soldier. Some people are gonna say Winter Soldier is better because he can have like those insane damage spikes, but it takes so much setup to get it right, and it's gonna really require a lot of skill, trial, and honestly, in the long run, it's not worth it because you can get way better damage with a better character. So I would say, yeah, Thor and then Winter Soldier. After that, I would say Ant-Man, but again, all of these characters need the uniform that I'm showing them in, or at the very least, they're like counterpart for the movie. So Endgame or the team suit for Ant-Man, I have him in the team suit just because it gives him a small guard, just one hit, but hey, sometimes that's all it takes to save your life and win a fight, right? So yeah, after that, I would say it's Ant-Man. Moving on, it really just it's scraping the barrel at this point. Like the next two here, Black Panther and Spider-Man are just both equally trash. And it really is sad to say it because I love these characters dearly. And I'm not saying that from a place of I haven't played with them. No, you can see I have them at tier 3. Every character in my roster, with the exception of Scarlet Witch, which will be getting tier 3 soon, is at tier 3. All right. Well, that's not true. I don't have Black Widow because I was waiting on the selector to see what they do, but they failed. Anyways, so yeah, that's how I'm gonna rank this thing, man. It's completely up to you guys what you want to do. At the end of the day, I know a lot of you guys have been playing the game for a very long time, so you have a lot of these characters already at tier 3, right? So basically, this really comes down to who you love and who you don't have at tier 3. Get the most out of this thing, or as much as you can possibly get. For me, it's not very much because I was foolish enough to support this game for 5 years and invest a lot of money into it to help it keep running. But apparently, all my investment when it comes to getting a reward, this is what it's worth. Whereas people who have never supported the game just came in and they're getting like a free tier 3 that saves them tons of money, whereas I get 500 bios. Yeah, I definitely need that. I most definitely need those 500 bios. Yeah, I definitely need that. I definitely need that, guys. Wow, I definitely need those bios, bro. I need them so much. Anyways, it's not even the fact that I need any of these things that I'm talking about. It's just the principle. It's just the sheer fact that they're giving away an anniversary gift that's realistically only for the people who are just starting the game. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up right here, man. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys chose in the comments. And also, man, stay safe out there. We got more important shit to worry about than who's getting a tier 3 selector and who's not. All right, that's facts. I'm gone. Peace.